Alright, so we're going to add sound today. Remember, from our game design document, we're going to have sounds for the following things. Bouncing the ball off the bat, bouncing the ball off the walls, breaking the bricks, collecting power-ups, and then starting the game, which is, right now, making the ball move. So, in all of those cases, we're going to add sounds. We're going to not worry about the power-up today, because we haven't made the power-up, so we're going to ignore that today. When we add the power-up, we'll add the power-up sound as well. So, right now, we're just going to add the bouncing sound, the breaking sound, and the starting sound. So let's switch to Game Maker and get this started. I'm where I left off from yesterday, but we need to first add all of our sounds. So just like we've done with everything else that we add, right-click on Sounds, Create Sound, and then we're going to add our sounds. If we click the three dots here, that's choosing a sound file, and then we're going to go to our game assets. Mine are right here. Okay, there are 4 OGG files. These are just a type of sound file. It's not that big a deal. Game Maker does lots of different sounds. So we're going to add our 3 sounds. We need a bounce, a break, and a click. So I might as well just add them as is. So because I added this one, I'm going to rename this one SND Bounce. Not Brounce. How did I get Brounce? Bounce. Okay. And that's really all we need to do. We're not going to adjust any of the other settings. We're just literally going to create the sounds. Right? So we're just going to create the sound. I called it SND Bounce. And then I assigned it the sound file, the SND underscore bounce sound file. Right? You can play it to hear it. I can't hear it right now because I got earphones plugged in. Maybe I need to turn on my earphones. So, anyway, you'll be able to notice the sound when you play, when you're listening to it. So, let's add a second sound. So create another sound. This will be for break. So I'll go ahead and rename it right away. And then add the break. And then add one more for the click. SND click. And then, whoops. Change this to SND click. So in each case, the name that I used for the sound was the same as the name of the file pretty much. There's an underscore in between the SND and the names in the files. I didn't put it in our names because we've been naming things with just the prefix and then the name. Okay? So, does everybody have their sounds added in? Okay? Yes, sir. Or you just tell me you need time. Okay. Okay. So I'll kind of just talk through kind of what the plan is while people are finishing up adding their sounds. The sounds are going to trigger at those spots that we already have that exist. Okay? So when we hit the bat, we already have a collision event for the bat. We're just adding in this sound. So we just need to play the audio when that happens. Same thing for the ball hitting the walls. The difference is going to be that there's only one event for the ball hitting any of the outside barrier or any of the outside boundaries, which means that instead of just one play audio, we're going to need 3 each time we hit the top, the right, or the left, because when we hit the bottom, we don't want a sound to play because that's where we're losing a life, right? And then we'll have to play a sound when we start the game. That's just when we press the space bar for the ball. So we're going to be staying in the ball object all day today. Let's go ahead and go to the ball object by double-clicking on it. And then I'm just going to make sure we're in the right place. So the first one, we'll add the sound for starting first. So I'm going to either double-click on key press space, or I can click on key press space up here in these tabs. And right now, we have all this code, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see the code kind of as a whole. Remember, we have the go variable. If go is false, then we can go ahead and start the ball moving. So as part of this whole thing, we're just going to add to the bottom of this a play sound, a play audio. So just so you know, all of the sound stuff is going to be in purple. So we're going to scroll down until we see purple. And then once we see purple, we have a play audio here. It looks like a speaker with a little play symbol, the triangle. So I'm going to click and bring that out. And I'm going to select the SND click for this one. Okay, and there's really nothing else I need to do. I'm not going to loop it. I don't want it to continue playing. I only want it to play when we click once. So I'm just adding the play audio. I'm not changing anything else. Okay, now what you should hear if you play your game now is when you start the game off, you'll hear an actual click sound, which is the sound that we have. So if we play the game, and you may not be able to hear it on here, but you'll be able to hear it when we play it. Because I'm not recording my audio right now, I don't believe. So suffice to say, you'll hear it. Trust me. Okay. So that's just playing the audio for when we start the game. Next step, let's get to bouncing off of, well, let's do the brick first. The brick's another easy one. So I'm going to go to the OBJ brick. Okay. And we're just going to add another play audio underneath the function call. And we're going to select break. Okay. So in the OBJ brick event, the collision event, we are going to just add in another play audio so that we play the break audio when the ball hits the brick. And then finally, we're going to do the bounce off of the bat and off of the sides. The difference is, with intersect boundary, we're going to have to add 3 different ones. So to give you an idea, we're going to add after each of the set speeds. So we're going to add one after this set speed, one after that set speed, one after that set speed. At least for right now. We may figure out a better way to do this later. But I'm going to scroll up to the top, kind of give us context. Play audio here. Bounce. Scroll down. Play audio here. Bounce. Scroll down. Very bottom. Play audio here. Bounce. So I have 3 different places where I have to play the sound. The bounce sound, because the bounce sound is when I hit any of the left, right, or top sides. So I have one for left, one for right, and one for top. This is for the walls. For the bat, all I need to do is just at the bottom add another sound, a play audio. So I just add the play audio to the bottom, same bounce sound as I used, and then I can test all of them. Okay, and again, on the video you're not going to hear them because I'm not recording my audio right now. But when you play, you'll be able to hear them very clearly. So that's really all I'm having people do today. So maybe you can use this day as a catch-up day, because this was all I had planned today. We're missing a lot of people. Didn't want to do too much with so many people gone. So I thought today might be a good day to go ahead and make it a short kind of update of the game, and then we can worry about more tomorrow. Okay?